Hi guys, what I want to talk about today is how alcohol affects crime rates by increasing aggression in some people. You've probably all been to either a bar or a house party or a concert where there's been this one drunk guy that wants to fight anybody and everybody that he comes into contact to. And I think we can all agree that nobody likes that guy. Now what I found intriguing about this is why some people get more aggressive when they drink than other people do. So today I'm going to explain that to you guys by giving you 4 reasons or 4 different explanations why alcohol might affect some people and make them more aggressive than others. And these 4 explanations are pharmacological effects, alcohol expectancies, social context, and individual characteristics. Now, alcohol is an anxiolytic drug, and the anxiolytic effect of alcohol happens through something called alcohol myopia. And alcohol myopia reduces anxiety, but at the same time it increases aggression. So anxious antisocial people who are drinking to cope with their anxiety are also increasing their levels of aggression at the same time. Also, alcohol has a pharmacological effect on cognitive processes that affect emotions and behavior. It can make people perceive an accident, like someone bumping into them, as hostile instead of harmless. And alcohol also reduces people's ability to pay attention to more than one thing at one time. And so if someone who's drinking is provoked by somebody else, they tend to focus on that threat and they can't seem to brush it off. Alcohol expectancies are one way that people can tend to be more aggressive when they drink than others, because people with low alcohol expectancies tend to have low levels of aggression when they drink, and also people with high alcohol expectancies have high levels of aggression when they drink. So an example of someone who has high alcohol expectancies would be someone drinking for social enhancement or someone who's drinking to get cognitively impaired. Now, Kopsov 2005 said that when people who have high expectancies drink, they tend to think that they're more powerful, they have a harder time controlling their impulses, and they are much more aggressive when they're provoked. Social context is another way that alcohol can make people more, like certain people, more aggressive. You guys know, well, probably know that bars are usually really crowded. They have loud music, dancing, and other things like that. And results from a study done by Graham 2001 said that bar fights are most likely to occur in high traffic areas, like on the dance floor or near service bars or near exits. Probably because these areas are much more crowded, and in areas like this, physical contact is much more likely. Most aggressive acts in this study were as a result of bar activities, like people fighting over games like beer pong, or people fighting after, just messing around with like physical horseplay, or incidents on the dance floor where close contact resulted in someone bumping into someone or someone spilling a drink. Tremblay 2007 also did a study comparing the environment at a charity ball versus the environment at a house party, and he found that time waiting in line, either to get inside or to go to the bathroom or to get a drink, was directly related to people's anger. And this is probably because, again, those areas are much more crowded, so people get irritated easier, they argue faster, and people are pushing and coming into contact with each other. He also found that men acted aggressively at the house party more than the charity ball, and this was because men felt the need to control their behavior at the charity ball more than they did at a house party. One reason for this hostility at a house party might be that men felt more threatened at the house party environment than they did at a charity ball. A person's individual characteristics can also be a reason why they would be more aggressive when they drink than other people. Men who have more trait anger tend to be more aggressive, and Parrott 2001 did a study where electric shocks were received and administered from fake opponents in like during a competitive task, and he found that intoxicated men with higher levels of trait anger were more aggressive in the intensity and the duration of the shock that they administered than sober men with high levels of trait anger. And the problem here is that most of the men in our society have a moderate level of trait anger, so that means that a lot of them are susceptible to the effects of alcohol that make people aggressive. And that could just be trouble for all of us. Tremblay in 2004 also conducted a study where he gave people examples of different conflict situations and then had the people rate their likelihood of being angry or aggressive in that situation. And he found that if provoked, people with high trait anger were significantly more likely to have aggressive responses than those with lower trait anger who were drinking. So now you guys have at least 4 reasons why some people might be more angry or aggressive drunks than others. These 4 reasons were pharmacological effects of alcohol, alcohol expectancies, the social context of drinking, or individual characteristics. Now, whatever questions you guys might have, I'd be happy to answer. And feel free to let me know which of these 4 reasons you think best explains why some people might be more angry drunks than others. Or if you think there's another reason that I didn't talk about here, you can also ask me about that too, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Thanks.